Just a little under a year ago, crowds of people poured into the streets of Miami, generations of Cubans celebrating the death of former leader Fidel Castro. Now, almost a year after the announcement of his death, Cubans stopped to reflect the man that brought pain to millions. Ania Cuesta, a high school teacher in Miami, Florida, said it's important to remember all the things Castro did.
Sometimes people forget what a human being like him have done, even though he was old. We shouldn't forget, because at some point he was young and he took advantage of his position.
Cuesta, who immigrated to the U.S. in 1999, leaving her family behind in Cuba, did so with the prospects for a better life.
I didn't want to have kids in a country like Cuba, and I came here basically because I wanted to have other opportunities, other chances that I didn't have there. Like, as I said before, freedom is a kind of life where you're always concerned, like, what about if I get caught? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my family?
Leaving family behind is a commonality many immigrants face. Pablo de los Santos is a Cuban immigrant that settled in Gainesville, Florida. He left Cuba in 2011 and spent 4 years in the U.S. alone before being reunited with his wife. He credits his faith for helping him through that time.
Esa es la parte más difícil de la historia. O sea, el llegar solo, el enfrentarte a todo solo, sin ayuda de la familia.
Santos remembers when he first arrived, he worked a variety of jobs to be able to establish his footing in the U.S. One of his first jobs required him to dig holes in the ground in Miami, a task that became rather brutal during his hot summer months.
Vi gente desmayándose al lado mío, un muchacho joven, y yo tenía 49, 50 años, y yo tenía que seguir abriendo huecos. Y no recuerdo que alguien me dijo, bueno, te doy este trabajo si te gusta. Le dije, no, el problema es que me guste, es que me tiene que gustar. Yo tenía que sostener a mi familia.
Santos, who sometimes doesn't get much sleep at night because he works 2 jobs, said although the life he is currently living isn't the famous American dream people often imagine when immigrating to the U.S., he said his own American dream is irrelevant because all his hard work is for his daughters who are back in Cuba.
No estoy preocupado con mi sueño americano, sino el sueño de mis hijas que vienen detrás, que tienen 27 y 25, y que son ellas las que están buscando, o sea, las que por mi sacrificio, vamos a decirlo de alguna manera, estoy tratando de buscar mejores horizontes, ¿no?